Hey, this is Josh Flagg from Bravo's $1 Million Listing, and I'm on the Hollywood Raw. We're going to spill the tea today and get ready because this is going to be it's going to be okay, I guess. It'll be okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the Hollywood Raw YouTube page. Make sure you drop a comment, like, subscribe,
do all the fun things.
Follow
everything. We're here to entertain you guys.
What are you waiting for? Hurry up, let's go.
Enjoy.
Josh, I know you love hotels, but where are you currently in a home or are you in a hotel right now for your main residence? Like, how often are you?
Yeah. Why do you think I lived in a hotel?
Well, I know you're always in hotels. Like you're constantly living. You love hotels, is that right?
Yeah, but I mean, like to vacation.
You just like you love to like almost just like stay there for like extended stays. Like
I mean, I have lived in a hotel. I lived in the Four Seasons once, and I did live in the Beverly Hills, but this is years ago.
How was that experience?
I love it. It's great. There's nothing better than I mean, I love it.
It's funny because you see a lot of celebs do it. I mean, we've seen Paris Hilton has lived in a hotel for many years. I mean, even Justin Bieber. Do you remember that weird time frame where he wasn't in Calabasas anymore, and then he was living at the Montage? So it's very common. I've never lived in a hotel. Do they still make your bed every single day, or you're like, no, this is my house, so come back in a week?
That's part of the fun. Of course, they make your bed every day. Absolutely.
So
at those prices, they should be making your bed.
So of all the hotels in LA, what would you say is the best hotel?
Well, the Beverly Hills Hotel, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
For sure,
what makes that hotel so much better?
But I'm also impartial to it. It's like my favorite place on earth. So it's probably, I really, but actually, if you think about it, though, the rooms are the Beverly Hills or the Bel Air. Those would be the two. Those would be the.
But why? Because I feel like it just has the name. Like I've been in there. It's not like the fanciest hotel I've ever been to. I've been in the penthouse suite and everything. It's like, oh, okay, it's nice.
Yeah, I've stayed in that suite also. Actually, when I got married, I stayed in that as a big suite. Just compare it to other hotels. I really don't think maybe the Peninsula. I don't know. I haven't been in years in a room there. I don't know. But I haven't seen anything nicer, to be honest with you. But that doesn't mean maybe just LA doesn't. New York is kind of like that too. I just got back from New York and I was staying at the St. Regis and I wasn't very impressed. I've stayed there many, many times, and every time I leave and I'm like, I don't like this place and I'm not going to come back here. But for some reason I come back because there's really another, the other hotel I was in, I left because I didn't like it in the middle of the night.
What hotel were you at in New York?
I was at the Carlisle, which I've stayed at for many, many years. And I was just like blown away with how shitty the room was. And like, they couldn't get me into a different room, whatever. I just had a hissy fit and I just left.
Wow. Yeah, Carlisle is obviously a historic hotel. They have the great bar downstairs. The St. Regis, here's the thing about the St. Regis. It's a historic place. You got the Polo Bar across the street, which is a very cool restaurant. I don't like the location. George Lucas used to actually live in the hotel there, and I don't
like the location at all.
I think there's nothing there.
I don't like that location. I like the location. Believe it or not, the Plaza is like literally like
amazing.
As good as the best.
Yeah,
the Sheraton Netherland, the Pierre, the Plaza, like right there, or even the what?
The Trump International is a great location.
It's a shitty hotel though.
Yeah, I guess there's really not much there, but to have that, like, just to walk out, it's a little bit quiet. Plaza, you walk out, it's a little mayhem.
I don't mind that. I love the Four Seasons. They're shut down, but I love the Four Seasons.
So all the celebrities now are staying at the Four Seasons downtown. Drake, like everyone, and I don't like it though.
I don't like downtown.
You're staying at the Four Seasons, but you're in like the Wall Street kind of district. Like there's just nothing going on.
No, it's a shitty location. I like to be uptown. Like I always like, if you can't smell the horse shit from the park in the morning, I don't want to stay there. I want to be like right. I want to open my window and I want to smell the fucking horse shit.
As much as I want to keep talking about hotels, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest with you guys, because this is ridiculous. I want to know about the new dog, George. How did you come up with the name George? Like, why George out of all names?
I love people names for dogs, but I just love the name George.
And what other names were in the contention?
There was no other names. That was
just George. That was it. That was the only one you were going for.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. George.
George, a good dog, bad dog?
George is a really sweet, wonderful animal, but he has zero skills. He is completely just. I don't know if he's really smart or really dumb or just doesn't care. He's just way too hyper, eats everything. I don't know what the fuck that dog costs like 25 grand. I don't know what the fuck I spent it on because it was not training. I can tell you that much.
Why 25 grand though? Is it like purebred? I mean, like what makes a dog cost $25,000?
Purebred, please. This dog is like, I don't know. They obviously ripped me off. I mean,
yeah. Did they get a call and they were like, oh, it's Josh Flagg on the phone? Yeah, the dog normally goes for 500, but we're gonna add a 2 onto the front, and we're just gonna just really
probably
jack
what
it up.
happens. To be honest with you, I don't know. But apparently everything these days is like on crazy prices. Like I don't know why, but you know,
Yeah,
in
but
the
they're
middle
not
of a
importing the
pandemic,
dog
everything's up.
in containers from China, so it shouldn't be that crazy.
I don't know what the honestly, it's very strange to me. But I did. But what I didn't like is I spent all this money for a dog that was like supposed to be completely like trained and all this and whatever, and not at all. The dog literally has zero training. So I actually got money back. I called them up and I said, "Love the dog. This is insanity. This dog literally just ate a $40,000 Persian rug. Like this is I'm going to make the dog into a Persian rug. Like this is insane."
Now, are you a person that like buys the expensive dog foods too?
No, I don't know what I don't know what I'm sure it's really good. Actually, I should write that down and see what the fuck this dog is eating. Maybe that's the problem.
Well, is it like the human food that you get out of the freezer that like you have to cook the whole thing, or is it like a bag from Costco of dry dog food?
No, it's definitely dry dog food, but I don't know if it's like shit or if it's good. I'm writing it down right now. Find out what maybe he should be eating like just plain chicken or something like people food. I don't know.
Maybe he's revolting on you. That's why he's acting poorly. He's like, I want some good food.
Yeah, seriously, that's probably what he's doing. But yeah, so 75-pound golden. I asked for the biggest one they make. That's what I said to them, not thinking that literally they probably were like, okay, I'm not going to tell him, but this is what he wants. I thought it would be a nice normal. It's a beast.
Beast, yeah.
It is
very cute dog though.
Yeah, thank you. So,
Josh, you went to private school in Brentwood, and then you went to Beverly Hills High School. Who were some of like maybe your famous classmates in school with you growing up?
Nobody famous.
What? Not
There's
a single person?
Oh, like what do you mean?
So like not a celebrity kid, not a celebrity in your school with you growing up?
No, I mean, in my sister's grade, my sister Dana but she was 9 years before me. But in her class was Fred Savage, but that was it wasn't like there was tons of celebrity like childhood star. I mean, and I'm very I'm friendly with Fred because I've known him since I was a kid. But there wasn't like celebrities in our class. Actually, I don't think there's any celebrity children, to be honest with you.
I'm actually shocked to hear that because I feel like every time we talk to someone that's gone to Beverly Hills High School, there was numerous either celebs or celeb children, like Adam was saying, in their class. Like that's how it always kind of works out.
I don't even know any celebrity children that are from LA. Like I always feel like they're just people that are like cast and found somewhere. Like maybe that's like a 1980. I don't know. Like when you were growing up, did you have any celebrities that were in your school?
Well, we were at Beverly Hills High School though.
Beverly Hills High School is not what you think it is. Like it's not like what it was on 90210. Like
you know what? I lied. Amy Adams went to my high school a long, long time ago. That's a good one.
Yeah. But not with you though. Like that.
No, not with me. No.
I just thought like Beverly Hills High School, there was a bunch of big celebrity parents and their kids went to your school, or maybe
there was people in the industry, but they weren't really like. It wasn't like Brad Pitt's kids was going to school with me, but it might have been like like George Lucas's kid or something like that. Not George Lucas, but like a film director's kid maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
So how many, switching on to your current job, how many years have you been in real estate at this point now?
Since I was 19 and I'm 36, so 17 years.
Jeez.
So how did college? Like you just wanted to go straight into real estate?
Yeah, I just went straight into real estate, no college.
And what gave you the real estate bug? Like, why did you even get into real estate? Because I feel like it's trendy now, but 17 years ago, I don't feel like it was it's not trendy,
No, it was not trendy. I love houses. I love people and I love architecture. I love design and the kind of like, it's a no brainer. That's kind of like, what else would you do? So Luckily, I'm good at it and I know about houses, and a lot of people don't really, there's so many people that are real estate agents, but half of them don't do any business. Like 99% of the business is done by literally 1% of the agents. So there's like a group of us that do the bulk of the sales, but there's like, like everybody is like getting a real estate license, but let's see how long that lasts, for that person, their career.
So at what age though? So you got into, but what age did you start to really succeed in it? Like where you started 18, 19, but was it at what age were you crushing it?
Within the first few years, like I had done really well right away. So yeah, I done well. This is before the show. I had done, and that was even from just like knocking on doors, to be honest with you.
Who did you get your first like big sale for? I guess you don't have to say who, but like, what was your first big sale where you're like, oh damn, this is a $5 million house or $10 million? Like, what was that first one? And was that before the show, or did it kind of take the show to get to that?
No, the show was after that. But like there was a weird, there was a house. I knocked on the door, the bell rang, and out came this guy. His name was Dennis Woodruff, and he was this weird dude that used to like. He was like, who like Angeline is? Like she's like,
yeah, I was gonna say that name is so familiar.
Like, he's like famous for not being famous. He was a dude that would drive around in some fucking insane like car around Sunset. And
yes, with all this stuff like glued onto it and painted on. Like I've totally seen him. Yes, okay.
Totally. I've not seen him in years. I don't know about that, but he opened the gate and came out, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're this weird dude that drives around the streets." And he was like, "Oh, I'm friends with the owner." And I was like, "Well, does the guy want to sell?" And he's like, "Yeah." And like he befriended the owner. I don't know. And then so like that was the first sale I made. Dennis Woodruff came out of the gate. So weird. In a big house in Beverly Hills,
So your strategy was to knock on doors and say, "Hey, are you looking to sell your house? I want to be your realtor. I want to sell your house." Or
yeah, but I mean, look, there probably 1,000 people do that a day. But like, obviously, I had a different angle, or I don't know what my pitch was, but like, it was enough that like a lot of times, like, I became very friendly with the owner, even if they didn't want to sell it.
So interesting. So then how did $1 Million Listing come along? Was this something that you sought out, or they found you because you were successful in this industry? So they were like, hey, let's get you on the show.
No, I sought them. I called them. It was on for a year prior, but it was not the same thing. It was like 10 different real estate agents, and they were all like, you could look at it. It was a totally different formatted show. It was not anything like $1 Million Listing today. And then when I came, it was a new program where they had only 3 agents, and they were a lot younger, and they were hustling and whatnot. But I contacted them and I said, this show that you're on, like, I should really be on this. And that's how, and I went there, and they sent like they'd recorded me, and they sent it to Andy Cohen when he was running the programming and all that stuff at NBC Universal. And that was that. And they said, okay.
So how has the show affected your business? Is it, how has it affected your business?
Amazing. I mean, look, I don't know what my business would have been if it wasn't around. So it's hard to say. Maybe I would have been just as successful, maybe even more. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing, you can't get better advertising. That's for sure.
Sure. So it's funny because we've heard like kind of both sides of it. Some people that are on TV, it's like the money starts flowing in. Other people have said that it actually hurts their business because people don't trust them or don't think it's real, or, just feel like they're a reality star.
Business to begin with, to be honest with you. I can't imagine that. Yeah. The business probably stunk before. I just can't imagine, like, maybe it didn't get worse, but it didn't get better. It means there's no way that can hurt.
But here's the thing. So one thing I do know about the real estate industry is it's very cutthroat. I know what we see on the show is what we see on the show, but did you start to gain more enemies because now you're a famous face and you're in real estate? Did that even make your job harder in the field?
No, you mean like being on a show, like make it harder when I go up for a listing?
I'm talking about the other real estate agents that are out there that are now looking at you because they're not on TV and they want to get that same listing as you, but you're the famous one now.
Oh yeah, so they'll do it. So yeah, so if they're trying to like cut me and like trying to get the listing over me, of course they're going to say, oh well, he's on TV all the time. He doesn't even sell real estate. You'll think of anything they can say. Of course they can use that as their whatever they need to do to get the listing. But I can fucking I can eat them for breakfast in 1 second when I open my mouth and I show them what I know about real estate, and these people can't even touch me. Like, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but that's what I don't have a lot of talents, but I am really good about, I know the market better than anybody. I can really, you put me in front of 10 people can interview for a listing, 9 out of 10 times I'm walking out of there with a listing.
Love it.
And I can defute what they're going to say ahead of time. I'll say, oh, I'm sure everyone's going to come in and they're all going to say the same thing. Oh, I don't sell real estate, or, oh, you know, I come from a wealthy family, and oh, this or oh, that. I don't need to sell houses, whatever. And I beat them to the punch. I say right away to the person, I go, you're going to hear this and you're going to hear that, but let me just explain something to you. Ask them if they can do this. And then I'll spit off like all the houses in the neighborhood they've sold, what it was sold for, like how much debt is on it, when it was bought, what the person's social security. I can tell you anything. And then they're just like, okay, I'm not this guy.
So walking back, the show debuts, you're on it the first season. Did your phone just start going crazy right away, or
No, it didn't.
No. So were you just trying to figure out, like, man, like, how does it gradually grow? Like with that first season you're on the show, did your business increase, or was it like 2-3 seasons down when people start to see who you are as a person rather than just like a reality show person? Like, did you start to see a difference?
Kind of started happening like one day. It literally just started happening, but it was not like the first season or maybe even the second season, but slowly it just like not enough. Like all of a sudden I just remember being like, oh shit, this is working. Wow. I'm getting lots of calls, or, you know, it was definitely a couple of years though, for sure.
How much pressure do you feel to put on a good TV appearance? Because number one, you have to be good at your job in real estate, but number two, now you also have to be good television personality. So how much pressure do you feel at kind of combining both of those at the same time?
I don't think I am different on the show than I am in real life. Maybe I am, I don't know. So it's not like I have to put on, like, I don't have really pressure to be a certain way. I'm just being myself. So I don't really look at it that way. Does that make sense?
I feel like there's, you know, like all these shows, they want drama, they want all this stuff. And so I just feel like sometimes if you're not exciting enough, they get rid of you.
No, well, they haven't yet. I mean, you never know. Maybe this will be the year, but it's been like 15 years of it. 14. Oh my God, this will be the 15th season. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I think that, but it's not like I make a concerted effort to like give them as much as I can. I just do what I need to do. And it is enough because that's just who I am.
How important is your fashion when it comes to real estate, your style?
What?
How important is your fashion when it comes to real estate? I feel like all these real estate guys always have great style. Do you put a lot of thought into it, or is it, you know, is it part of the sale?
It's not, I mean, I don't, I've always really enjoyed fashions, but I don't think it has anything to do with being a real estate agent. I mean, I don't know. People always, you know, comment on, you know, my outfits and things like that. But I just did a podcast like 40 minutes ago, and they were asking about my style, and I was like, what do you mean? This morning I was in my closet and I was like, I have nothing to wear. And then whose guy was laughing. I don't know.
Well, okay. On that same vein, what about how important is a fancy car when you're a real estate agent? Because you got to show up to this house, and if you roll up in a beat old up Honda Civic, people are going to go, they're not going to take you serious. So how important is cars?
It is important. I mean, even though it's like, you know, you want to, like, some of the wealthiest people I know drive the least assuming cars. So it's kind of like, you know, like, don't judge somebody by the car they drive. But at the end of the day, it's true. Like if you drive up and you're in like this, well, nobody like selling high-end real estate over here is going to be pulling up in a Civic. But I guess if you give the example, like you could drive up in a 7 Series or a 3 Series BMW. Like the reality is though, people will judge you by, and you kind of, you want to win, you want to get the listing. So I guess it is important.
And what car are you driving around right now?
Right today, I am driving a G-Wagon.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's LA. That's LA. Are you accepting houses? Are you accepting Bitcoin or cryptocurrency as payment for houses?
I haven't had that request yet. So I don't know. You know what? No is the answer. I don't think so. But we haven't had anybody try.
I'm surprised. I thought people would be trying to do that because it's.
I'm sure they are. Just I haven't had that yet.
What are your thoughts on all these social media stars having houses around LA right now? Like the Hype House, and I know that's more the Valley, but that was going on for a while. Where these
you mean TikTokers renting houses, or you mean buying houses?
Well, they're renting houses. These TikTok
Yeah,
stars.
I've had a couple TikTokers rent a couple of houses. It's like it's really funny, but they pay, it's, it's interesting. It's funny to see these like children like renting these houses.
Are they actually paying on time? Like, are they good tenants?
I have not had a bad experience yet, but generally I let the seller deal directly with that stuff. I'm not getting involved. It's not like I don't take a commission. Like I'm not really interested in getting involved in that. That's
Yeah.
I'll let the sellers do that directly with them.
It really is crazy to see some of these TikTokers come up and they're buying, $5 million homes off of TikTok money. It's wild.
Yeah, bizarre, but it is.
Are you personally investing in cryptocurrency?
No,
none of that.
I am not. Should I?
Dude, trust me, I'm trying to figure it out myself.
You want to give me some investment advice?
Well, right now, is it the time to, and to be honest, is it time to invest in real estate? I mean, is it a good time? Is the market doing well?
The market is doing, the real estate market is the real estate market?
Real estate
Dude,
market.
You wanted to invest in real estate like 4 or 5 years ago to really be enjoying this crazy boom right now. Right now, people are just paying through the roof unless they have had the property for a long time and they can make a ton of money.
There's no place to go, in my opinion. Like you obviously, if you're selling, you could get top dollar, but if you're trying to go somewhere else, you're paying top dollar as well. So you're breaking even. Is that what's going on, Josh?
Breaking even if you bought 5 years ago?
I mean, no, if you bought 5 years ago, you sold a place, you're going to do well. Okay. But if you're trying to go to another place, the money you made, you can't really get too much with the money you have.
Yeah, that's kind of, there's an issue. That's part of the problem is that, okay, great. I just saw, it's like, okay, here's same example. Somebody offered me the other day on my street $100,000 more for my car. And I go, whoa, that's crazy. $100,000 more for a car I just bought. But then I was thinking to myself, well, what the fuck am I going to buy? So it's like the same thing with houses. Like, well, great. Now you have this money, but you have to buy something. So that's kind of like the problem.
So true. So I want to ask you about, this Josh and Josh show, and how did you and Josh Haltman essentially go from, I want to say, quote unquote, enemies to co-starring in a show together?
That is a really good question. I guess we never should have been enemies to begin with, and we just kind of went with it we were just kind of like, okay, we don't like each other, so let's continue not liking each other. But then one day we were just like, we have so much in common. We're so similar. Why in the fuck do we hate each other so much? And then we're like, okay, let's executive produce a show together.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really that quick, but I mean, whatever. I mean, we're extremely close. He's one of my best friends. I would say that he would say the same thing too.
So do you guys look back at your past? I mean, because it was a pretty rocky past. You guys look back and laugh. I mean, because what it sounds like to me is now you guys are lifelong friends, even if you had a shitty beginning.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely be lifelong friends. We're really close. I mean, we talk every day, and it's not like even about business. Like 30 minutes ago, I just called him and see what he's doing,
So years ago, if someone would have said you guys are going to work,
would never believe
together, you would have said no way,
right? It would be as weird as saying that we were going to be married. Like, like no.
I love it.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to buy property in LA right now, where would you say is the best place to invest?
Oh, that's a good question.
Look, I mean, in terms of like quick money or long-term hold, it's hard to say. Well,
yeah, I mean,
Beverly Hills will always be Beverly Hills. If it goes up, it goes down, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's always going to continue in an upward, so you can't, unless of course it becomes like in New York, the Upper East Side, now everyone's downtown, but I don't see that happening. Beverly Hills I don't see that happening. So I would say Beverly Hills. If you can afford to buy in there, buy Beverly Hills.
What is your favorite, like, personal style of home? Like, what are you like a Mediterranean? Are you modern? What do you lean towards?
I like a traditional, like a 1920s traditional homes, a beautiful 1920s Paul Williams design style home, that kind of a thing, 1930s. I really don't care for contemporary, although I sell a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't realize that. They always think I just sell old houses. I don't know why, but the reality is that I like older homes because they're timeless and they survive. Whereas a house that was built in 2010, I can look at and tell you it's dated already.
So if I dumped millions and millions of dollars in your lap and I said, Josh, you can have any home in LA, what house would you choose? That's already
budget,
there. Yeah, unlimited budget, any home.
That's on the market or not on the market?
No, I'm just curious because I'm sure you've seen so many come and go.
Yeah, I mean, actually a lot of the good ones sold this last year. The Perenchio estate, which is where they filmed the Beverly Hillbillies, I loved David Geffen's house that just sold to Jeff Bezos. That would be an incredible house. The Knoll, some of the great estates of Beverly Hills for sure. At least one of those three.
So you'd be a Beverly Hills landowner then, not going outside of Beverly Hills. I mean, I feel like there's so many beautiful places down in Malibu.
Some of those are Bel Air, but yeah.
All right.
Some of those are Bel Air.
Who was the coolest celebrity home you've been in?
The coolest celebrity home. Honestly, none of the celebrity homes I've really been highly impressed with, to be honest with you. It's not really about, like, I've been in some amazing houses, but it's not like I was like, oh my God, Brad Pitt's house was like so crazy. Like, yeah, I don't really have like a incredible house that I could share with. What came on? Justin Timberlake's house came on the market today. Somebody invited me to go see that.
Oh, that's cool. How much is that going on the market for?
I can't remember. I think it was like 40 or something. I don't remember.
Dude, where's that one at?
I was in it years ago when it belonged to what's her name? That was in Helen Hunt, but I haven't been in there in many years.
Cool life you got, man. Like, oh yeah, someone just invited me to go see Justin Timberlake's house. Like, that's fucking awesome.
And how many bedrooms? Do you know how many bedrooms or bathrooms that one has? Square feet? I'm so curious.
To be honest, I didn't even. Somebody emailed it to me. I didn't even open it. I looked at it and I didn't really go through it. But I'm sure it was a lot of bedrooms. It looked nice in the photo.
Do we know where? What part of LA?
Honestly, I gave it a look for 1 second, and it was somewhere off Mulholland, but I don't remember where. I didn't really pay much attention. I was like running through my emails this morning.
Dude, I love celebrity real estate. It's so fun just to see where people are living, what they can afford. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like an open house, how do you go through to make sure like the riffraff like me and Dax are not going to the house?
We qualify you ahead of time.
So what do you do? Just check our credit, or pretty much?
What?
You just check our credit score, or just kind of?
If you're buying a $20 million house and I can't look you up on the internet, there's probably an issue. Like, even if you're the most private person on earth, there'll be something. I mean,
Yeah, but you can't trust shit you see on the internet. I mean,
no, if they're not on the internet, that's probably a problem.
Yeah, my celebrity net worth says I'm worth $100 million. That's clearly not the case.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck. I don't know if I can be your friend anymore. I read that earlier. I was really excited to be your friend.
Do you like the open houses? Are you still doing them as much? Like, you're there the entire time, or do you have your team doing it?
The open houses, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, people really aren't doing open houses like they used to since COVID. That all kind of changed, to be honest with you. There's really not as many open houses that it used to. But, it would just depend, obviously, on the, it would depend on the house, I guess.
Gotcha.
What's the most memorable thing you've seen or recall at an open house? Because I got to imagine there's funny, crazy moments that have happened throughout your career.
The question is, what's the most
memorable moment at an open house?
Memorable.
Someone breaks something as they're walking through. Someone show up uninvited. A celebrity came strolling in.
Oh, yeah, I've had that before. I've definitely shown a house, and all of a sudden Sandra Bullock just walks in, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Sandra Bullock, and she's just chatting with me, and really lovely woman, just like chatting me, and just so nice. But no, I haven't. Yeah, I mean that has happened multiple times. One time, Tom Hanks called me to go look at a house. I go, hi, and he goes, hi, this is Tom Hanks, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, hi, this is Tom Hanks. I go, like the movie star Tom Hanks. I didn't know what to respond with. He's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, or whatever. And then started asking me about a house. It was really funny.
Did you end up showing him the house?
No, I don't know whatever happened. He didn't end up go looking at the house, and then and he didn't return my call, but he did call me the first time.
So when
That's
you
cool.
sell some of these very, very insane, crazy houses, is there one common occupation that they all have? Like, is there one like, obviously you're in LA, there's a lot of people in the entertainment business, but is there one like a lot of people in cryptocurrency? Like what do these people
Tech.
do that can
Yeah.
afford these houses?
What do we what about crypto?
What
Say
do
that
these
again?
people what do these people do for a living that can afford these houses mostly? Like, is there one common thing that you're seeing?
Uh, well, no, I mean, real estate is a venture capitalist, real estate, hedge funders. Those are really obviously good ones. But yeah, those would be like, I haven't really gotten many crypto people as of recent, to be honest with you.
Yeah. What's the craziest thing you've seen in someone's house? Like
Um,
any cool features?
yeah, I mean, I've seen really weird shit, like a medical office inside your, just it's actually kind of creepy and weird. But like, so you could have a surgery if you needed, like an apocalypse, like if the world came to an end, like things like that, which are super weird.
What about like panic rooms or red rooms? You come across those ever?
What's a red room?
Oh, Josh, don't act like you don't know what a red room
I
is.
don't know what a red room is. I know what a green room
Like,
is.
no, like a bondage room. Haven't you watched 50 Shades of Grey?
I didn't know it was called a red room.
Yeah, well, that's what they called it.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't seen a bondage room yet, but it's a red room. That's funny. No, I haven't run into that yet, but I definitely have seen like, opened like a drawer to find like the remote control to close the automatic blinds and seen tons of like dildos and sex toys and things like that. I've seen my share of that.
Put it away, people. You got people walking through your house. Come on.
You got such a cool gig, man. It's very interesting. You make a lot of money right now. Like, you do very well. When do you think you are going to retire?
Never. I don't want to retire. Like, what am I going to do? Paint my toenails all day long? Like, what the fuck am I going to do? That's so boring.
So would you say you're getting paid, you make a lot of money off real estate, but you also get paid very well from doing Bravo. Like Jay Leno did. When Jay Leno did the Tonight Show, he always said he never touched the Tonight Show money. He lived off the stand-up money. Do you touch your Bravo money, or are you just kind of living off your real estate money?
Do I touch it? I don't really like look. Everyone goes in the same account. I don't really separate it. I just, it all goes in one place and then it goes into investments or gets used or whatever. I don't really separate them.
So you only have one home right now?
We only have one home. We're buying something else right now. So at the moment, one, yes.
So the rest of the money you make, where do you invest in? Just out of curiosity.
Honestly, like a lot of stocks, tax-free municipal bonds, my portfolio is pretty diverse, to be honest with you. It's not as much real estate as you would think.
Yeah, that's why I
That's
was
interesting.
wondering if you did a lot of real estate investing.
You have any new projects that you're working on that are coming up that we should be knowing about?
Well,
any more books? Anything else?
Yeah, I do actually have a book coming out later on this year, maybe even the summer. I have to check with them, but Harper, excuse me, HarperCollins did a book, and it's all finished, and it's just being the final edits are being done right now. But yeah, good point.
Is this about your life? Is it about what's the?
It's about my life. It's about real estate. It's not like one of the boring books. Like, this is how you sell real estate. This is like, it's not like a how to. It's uses a lot of colorful examples it's a really fun read. It just uses all the examples of all the good and the mistakes that I did in my career to get where I am. So it really doesn't hold back. So it's really fun. It's not a stupid like how to sell real estate book by any means whatsoever.
So we do a little bit of speed round. We want to ask you a few rapid fire questions, and just like the first thing that comes to your mind, we'd like to pick your brain a little bit. Let's go like this: the best restaurant in LA.
I would say Madeo, but it's closed now.
What about the most overrated restaurant in LA?
Mastro's, or something. I mean, like most touristy, I guess, or maybe Spago. I don't know.
Spago's pretty overrated. Okay.
I don't know. Overrated. It's just, I'd be like,
well, it's not like the best food on the planet, but everyone talks about it.
Yeah, but it's like I don't even like go to.
The Ivy is my #1 most overrated restaurant in LA.
I think the food's good.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, I'll go there for dinner on Saturday. I'm serious. I was trying to think of a place. That's good.
What is better, Craig's or Catch?
Craig's, 100%.
Why do you
All
say
right.
that?
I just think Catch is cheeseball.
Okay.
Okay.
If someone came
You
to
can
LA
go
and
to
they said,
Catch
"Hey,"
in LA, like locals. I don't know anybody local that goes there.
Say Catch.
No one I
Uh,
know, but maybe
man, I
it's
felt like
maybe,
it was super popular for a while there. Like everyone was going for a little bit.
yeah,
So if you had a friend come to LA and they said, "I want to see a celebrity," where would you send them?
probably Craig's. Probably
okay.
Craig's. I'd say
Um,
probably Craig's.
if you had to get rid of one Bravo series, what would it be?
Oh shit, that's a good question. I fuck, I don't know. I have to come back to you on that one. Most of the ones I would have said already gone. So
So how much do you set aside for your wardrobe on a yearly basis?
I spend probably a few $100,000 a year on clothes.
As you should, sir.
I guess. I mean, I
What
don't know if I should, but I do.
do you have a go-to outfit for your showings, and what is it?
No, whatever. I like. I'm wearing a t-shirt, right? Whatever. I just am in the mood for that day. I don't wear. I can tell you one thing. I don't wear. I have. I call. I literally like. I have one suit that I still think I fit in. I call it my funeral suit. I wear it just for funerals. Like I really have nothing else to ever wear a suit for.
All right. If you could sell any celebrity's house, who would it be?
Uh, it'd be. I'd say. Well, it'd be. Oh, you know what? Maybe Betty White. I wonder what she's gonna do with it. Well, I wonder what she's gonna. I wonder what's gonna happen to that house. Betty White would be kind of cool.
That'd be a good one. Not
Yeah.
like Oprah or something with her big giant Montecito
No, that's a good
estate.
one. Oprah's a good one. Ellen has always been really good in real estate. Is really smart with houses. Oprah and Ellen have really big ones. Yeah, all the good ones are dead. Honestly, like I'm like the kind of person that like is more impressed like with Peter Falk on Columbo than I am with like anyone else like that's today. Like I would be much more highly impressed to sell John Forsythe's house or whatever. Like that would be more fun for me.
I bet though, if
How
you go, I bet like I would love to go in Betty White's house, but I bet it's very like
old?
dated. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like a lot of older celebrities,
yeah. They just like
they
to
are
sit. They don't want to change
yeah,
it.
it's a time machine in there. You go back and you're like, this is really cool. It's grandma's
That's what I
house.
love. I love that.
How often do you get a haircut?
I actually got a haircut this morning.
It looks good.
You like it?
It looks good.
Well, I'm a little short on the sides, but
It's
All right. The next part I'm going to ask you, these are going to go into where would you rather buy a home? And I'm going to give you two cities and you tell me which city is a better investment or where you would buy a home, okay?
yeah,
Glendale or Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills.
All right, that was just a trick one just to get us
Yeah.
going.
Venice Beach or Malibu?
Malibu,
East Hollywood or Bel Air?
Bel Air,
Santa Monica or Calabasas?
so different. I mean, I would never live in Calabasas, so Santa Monica, I guess.
Los Feliz or Silver Lake?
Los Feliz.
Oh, I do love that area.
Ugh.
You know, I went to Kirstie Alley's garage sale. Well, she had a yard sale in Los
Really?
Feliz. She had monkeys in her front yard. I like the craziest stuff. And she had a yard sale full of like Pier 1 import stuff. Do you remember she used to be the spokesperson for
Oh,
Pier
that's
1?
funny.
So
Was
it
the
was
house any nice?
all Pier
The house
1.
shit?
What is it?
Was the house shit or was it any nice?
No, the house was nice. I mean, there was just so much stuff in the yard. I remember looking around. I'm like, oh yeah, you could get all of this stuff at Pier 1, and she was just selling it all. I actually bought some French fries. You want to see the French fries?
French
I
fries?
got them here. Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
French
really he went really crazy for this Kirstie Alley this garage sale, pretty much.
Wow.
He's really proud of his
All right,
stuff he
you
got.
ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I bought these at Kirstie Alley's garage sale.
That's funny.
So the best part
Remember
about
you
it,
paid for them?
I paid $20 for them.
Okay.
But I got there, and the reason that I went to buy these is because I saw a paparazzi photo of her standing at the yard sale, and the French fries were in the paparazzi photo.
Oh, that's
so I went
funny.
and I bought the French fries that I saw in the photos.
That's
So is a prized possession of mine.
That is a possession of yours.
I also bought her Christmas stocking. It says Kirsty on it.
Oh, good. Do you have it up for Christmas?
No, I do not, but it's somewhere. I don't remember where I put it. It's somewhere
How
around
much was
here.
this?
You should put it up for Christmas so people can ask you who's Chrissy. You can tell them. It's a great story.
Exactly, right? I should hang it up. It's a good
You
call.
should.
Why do you, Josh? Why do you dislike Calabasas? Because I know the Kardashians went there and they put it on the map, but what sucks about it?
What is good about it?
I'm not familiar with it. Yeah.
I just can't find anything. It's not like it's a bad place. It's just like I don't understand why people go there. Like what is to do there? Like you're just in the middle. Like what is there? I don't understand. I mean, I guess
I feel like it's just getting out of LA. People like to not be in LA. So that's the place to go.
Sound a little bit more? Doesn't Montecito sound more interesting?
Yeah, but I feel like then you're really far away from LA. That's quite a drive, no?
I guess it just sounds weird. It's like, why Calabasas? Like what you're like in the middle of the desert. Like I feel like it's just why. It's weird.
Oh man.
Love it.
Well,
Josh, my last question for you is who's the coolest person you have in your phone? The one you're like, man, this is pretty cool. Like you don't really call them. You're just kind of like, I got that number.
Tom Hanks. He's got Tom Hanks's number in there now.
My idea of cool is going to be like for me. I love that. Like I can call Rick Caruso and he'll pick up in 1 minute. But a lot of people might not know who that. Like if you're a California person, you'll know like who he is. But I love that I can call Rick Caruso any second. I love that I can call. I don't know, like a lot of my Heather McDonald, Melissa Rivers, Tori Spelling, Candy Spelling. I can call a lot of like fun people.
Ooh, Candy Spelling's a good person to have in your Rolodex when you're a real estate agent.
She's, I spoke to, I was on the phone with her last night. I mean, she's a buddy of mine.
That's awesome.
Her daughter is a really good friend of mine. We're both, I'm very good friends with both of them.
So Josh, if people want to follow you, obviously they head on over to Josh Flagg 1 on Instagram and Twitter.
I would love Josh Flagg, because this asshole took Josh Flagg, motherfucker.
At what point are you not like, I'm kind of a big deal. I would like my name.
What am I supposed to say to the guy? Hi, just because I have some people that know who I am, you need to get rid of you should like abandon your name. Like,
no, I've seen this happen a lot with like Twitter. They will commandeer it. They will say, this person is the verified one. We are going to take over your account.
I didn't know that they could do that. I'm verified and that has not happened yet. I'm curious. I actually want to look up and see what the other guy, what his following is.
If he hasn't used it in a while, you can take it over.
Yeah, I'm gonna commandeer that shit right away. That's exactly what I'm gonna do right now.
Well, Josh, thank you so much for joining us. This was fun having you on. I know we've been wanting to have you on for quite some time, so thank you. It was quite enjoyable just getting to hear a little bit about what your daily life is like and just your life in general. I don't know. It's fascinating hearing very successful people and how they got to where they got.
I appreciate it.
Dax, do you get weird when you talk to guys who are just richer than us and they're younger?
No.
I don't know. So many times after I talk to like the guys from $1 Million Listing, I've talked to a bunch of these guys over the years, and I'm just like, man, maybe I should have gotten to real estate. Like, it's a pretty cool.
I say that with everything. Like, I look around and I'm just like, wow, I should get into NFTs and scribble on a piece of paper and sell it, take a picture of it and sell it as an NFT for $2.6 million. Like, there's so many things that I look around. I should have got into YouTube sooner. I'm watching half my friends that are YouTube stars buy $1 billion house. I'm like, I don't get it. And why did I pick all the wrong avenues to go down?
But you know what? Of all the reality shows, especially on Bravo, I guess above deck, but I respect the $1 Million Listing guys because they obviously use the show to leverage their own careers. At the end of the day, they're not just a reality housewife, and nothing against the housewives, but like they're, and I guess the housewives have their own ventures, but these guys are hustlers all the time, like they're obsessed with real estate. So you got to give these guys credit. They know what they're doing. It's a business to them, and they're using the show just like the show is using them. So congrats to Josh with all his success. I mean, it's always interesting to talk to these guys who just have their feet on the ground when it comes to LA and what's going on in LA, and especially real estate. It's cool.
It was cool. No, I like talking to him. I like that he was really honest just about like, number one, we've asked a lot of celebs who are in their phone, and most of them would be like, oh, I don't want to say, this is embarrassing, you know, and like give you one answer, and he just rattled them off. I was like, that's right, Josh Flagg. Tell us who you got in your phone. Also, people are shy about how much they spend on their dogs, on their cars, on their clothes, and he didn't hold back. That's what I like.
Yes, yes. You can learn from him, people. Thank you, Josh, for coming on the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. We have a video portion of this podcast on YouTube. We also got great clips of like Hollywood stuff, Hollywood videos that you can't find anywhere else on our YouTube, on our TikTok, on our Instagram, on our Facebook. We're also on Twitter. You know, maybe we'll start an NFT or something like that. Who knows? But you can find me at Adam Glyn, Glyn. You can find Dax Holt at DAXHOLT. We'll see you guys next time. What's up, guys? If you like that video, there's plenty more where that came from.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell so we can just feed you all the goodness daily.
Hurry up. Come on, let's go.